How would you like to ensure that 2025 is your best year yet? How would you like to ensure that all of your relationships in 2025 become so enriched you can't believe where your life is at in relation to yourself, loved ones, and anyone else important in your life? How would you like 2025 to see you fully have control of your mindset and your thought process, your body shape, and have it where you want to be aesthetically, and importantly, your health and well-being? You've never felt better in your life. How would you like to achieve all your professional aspirations, whether you're in a job, you have your own business, you want to go with your own business, or maybe it's a mission or a purpose? And how would you like to achieve financial freedom, or at least take massive strides towards it in 2025? Welcome to the Mind Body Health Podcast. And I'm here on this first episode of 2025 to take you through my goal achieving process. It will be a brief version of the one that I do with our clients, whether it's my one-to-one clients or our online global community. But it will give you enough guidance and food for thought, and hopefully stimulation and thought, and stimulating your thought process, that it will make a huge impact on your 2025 experience. And I encourage you, as you listen to this, if you have any questions about anything I say, make sure you get in touch. It could be a comment below the podcast, or it could be contact me directly, whichever it may be, whichever suits you. So look, for me, I want you to have your best year yet in 2025. My life is dedicated to making a positive impact on other people, just like yourself. And any way I can be of help, I'm here for you. But what's important is you must be there for yourself. If you're not there for yourself, if you're not committed to making this year your best year ever, if you're not committed to achieving your goals, if you're not committed to turn your dreams into reality, if you're not committed to sticking to your resolutions this year, you're just going to repeat the same actions as you've always done. And why do this? Why do this to yourself? It's psychological torture. So let's commit, first of all, to making sure that 2025 is our best year yet. And I want to start not with 2025, but with 2024. And this is an important exercise, because a lot of people just get focused on 2025 and what they're going to do and setting their goals and their targets and everything. And look, that's important for sure, but it's very important also to look back. Why? Because while the past is the past, there's lessons there. Every single experience you have in life, whether it be a positive one or one that's challenging, upsetting, stressful, creates anxiety, any of these kind of things, they all have a benefit. They all have a lesson, every single one of them. And it's important you grasp these lessons and you take them on forward into your future as tools you can draw on anytime you need to, whether it be similar or relatable situations that you'll encounter, which you will, and also for developing that mental resilience, and also learning about you, learning about your triggers, learn about what makes you tick, learn what throws you off track, and so on. So what I want you to start with is always important to start with positive energy. I want you, and as you're listening to this, you should ideally be holding a pen and writing down. If you happen to be driving or running or doing anything like that, make a mental note of it. Maybe later on, write things down. But I want you to identify 5 things that you're very proud of accomplishing or experiencing in 2024. So the wins that you had. Because a lot of time people focus on what they didn't do in the year and what they didn't accomplish and what goals are set and never achieved and resolutions and all the usual, because for a lot of people they're repeating the same actions and having the same life experience. But there's always wins in there, no matter how small they may be. So I want you to identify 5 wins, accomplishments, or experiences, or whatever it might be, that you're most proud of from 2024, that saw you progress in your life, that saw you change some aspect of your life, that filled you with happiness and joy. There were signs of success. Remember, you have your own perception of what success means, just like your own perception of what fulfillment means, and most importantly, what happiness means. Break free of society's conditioning of what these mean. Have your own version, because that's the version that actually matters. You keep on your own path, okay? So what are 5 wins from 2024? Now, in addition to that, I want you to always also look at 2024 and cast your mind back a year, especially, and think, what were the goals I set? What were the dreams I set? What were the resolutions? What were the things I said I was going to do in 24? But I didn't actually do them. Maybe you didn't do them at all. Maybe you just didn't complete them. Maybe you started out in the journey towards achieving one of your resolutions, but you never completed it. You fell off the wagon. And why I want you to do this is, I want you to identify, why did you not complete it? Why did you fall off the wagon? And why did you stop? Now, maybe it didn't mean enough to you. Maybe it hadn't a big enough why behind it. So it was too easy to fall off track. Maybe you let other people talk you out of it. Maybe you talked yourself out of it. Maybe you were triggered by someone or something that made you decide to stop. Identifying our triggers is really important. We need to identify, what makes us tick. What is it that stops us doing what we want to do? Because if we identify them, we can prepare for them. And then we can stop them stopping us achieving the life that we can have. Remember, you hold the pen in your life. You truly hold the power. Yes, there's lots you don't control in life, but there's so much you do control. And also, for the stuff you don't control, you do control your reaction to them. So in essence, you do actually control everything that happens in your life. Does that make sense? So identify things that you didn't do in 2024 that you had aimed to do or that you wish you had done. And then in addition to that, answer the question, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you achieve them? What was it that actually stopped you achieving them? So identify again the triggers, identify the reasons. All of this is really important to do. Okay? So you've got those things. That's an important reflection and review of 2024. And again, look, that's brief. This is just a little podcast where I want to give you some good guidance that will have a positive impact. But, pause, re-listen, and so on, and ask questions, send me questions if you need any further development on any of these issues. Now, we go into 2025. Again, what happens to many people is they set goals that they do every single year. They don't really define them. They don't change them. They don't tweak them. They don't use the past as information for setting the goals. They end up setting the same thing again. Now, there's a reason why you haven't achieved whatever it is you're aiming to achieve. And usually it's making more money, becoming rich, getting skinny, having a great body, all that kind of stuff. Why are you doing that every year? Why is it the same thing every year? Why is it never changing? Why are you never accomplishing it? That's why it's important to go backwards like I just got you to do. But why not learn from the past? If you haven't done it last year or the year before, how do you think you're going to do it this year just by saying you're going to do it? There's many reasons why you mightn't have. Maybe it's, again, because it's not actually that important to you. Maybe because you don't believe in yourself. Maybe you're setting too hard a plan. So when you don't stick to it, you fall off the wagon. You feel bad about yourself. There's many different reasons. But what's really important is that you also do things step by step. There's no point, for instance, having gorged for weeks, possibly even a month or two over the Christmas period, before and after. And then, okay, I'm going to go perfect now. I'm just going to eat salad all the time, or go on some detox or fast, or I'm going to exercise 2 hours a day every day in the gym, and you've done nothing for a month or two. It's too big a jump. Too big a jump. It's about taking steps the right direction. So I want you to do in this coming week, whenever you're listening to this, is live by these kind of mantras. These are 4 mantras I get people to live by. Today be better than yesterday. This week be better than last week. Be committed to evolving into a better version of yourself every single day until your last breath. And in every moment, stop and go, okay, what is the next positive priority action step I can take to move me closer to my goals? If you can live by those 4 mantras, as you could call them, your life will only go one direction. It has to go one direction. It's important that we take things down into a simpler form, that we're not always trying to take gigantic leaps. We're always looking for gigantic leaps, always looking for magic pills, potions, blueprints. How do we get overnight millionaires? None of this stuff is real. None of it can happen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Stop searching for it. Focus on consistency. Success comes from consistency. Success comes from having a mindset where you develop resilience to overcome all obstacles and challenges that come your way. And that takes time. You're not born with that mindset. You develop it once you're committed to it. If you're not committed to developing it, you won't develop it. And you'll keep making the same mistakes over and over. So be committed to work on your mind every day. Your mind is a control tower. You need to exercise it as much as you need to exercise your body. So be committed to that first and foremost. Now, I want you to think of your life as it is right now. And then I want you to cast your mind forward to your ideal life. Click your fingers, close your eyes now, click your fingers. Now, if you're driving, don't close your eyes. And think about what is your dream life. I want you to look at your relationships. Now, your relationships is with you, first and foremost. That's the most important relationship of all. If you don't have a positive relationship with yourself and a good self-esteem, self-love, self-confidence, all those, you're not going to have a good relationship with other people. You can't. Not to the level it could be. You need to have the relationship with yourself first. That's the first thing. Relationship with, if you've got a loved one, a partner, a husband or wife, if you've got kids, family members, parents, brothers, sisters, your friends, associates, work colleagues, employees, employers, whoever it may be. What are the different relationships in your life and how do you want them to look? In an ideal world, you click your fingers, it's perfect, you have your dream life. What does your dream life look like? Your mind, body, and health, how's your life look? Your professional life, whatever you want to do professionally. And then your financial well-being and health. Like, what's financial freedom to you? What does that mean? What does it look like? How much is it? And what does it show in your life? How does it show up in your life? So once you do that first, that's the first thing to cast forward to your ultimate. What is your ideal? And get clear on that. Now, as I said, I'm going to be quickly going through these things, but you can pause, write, and then pause again and keep doing that. It's important you do this. The people who do this process with us every single year in our memberships achieve unbelievable success. And we also do a review, a reflection, a planning session every month and every quarter as well to keep going back over it and tweaking and changing where needed. So you have your ultimate. Now I want you to cast your mind 12 months forward. 31st of December, 2025, New Year's Eve, 2025. Where is your life in each of the areas? Relationships, mind, body, health, professional life, financial. Where is your life? You have your ideal, but where are you aiming for in all those areas by the 31st of December, 2025? Where do you want them to be? Where do they need to be? Because you need to have, some oomph, some gusto behind them. You need to get to these places. That's why you have to have a big why. You don't have a big why, it's very hard to achieve your goals. So in a year, in 12 months, where do you want your life to be? Or whenever you listen to this, New Year's Eve 2025, where do you want your life to be? All the areas. Keep focusing on all the areas. Keep thinking about what do I need to do to make that happen. That's what's really important. What kind of action steps are required? So where do you need to be and what kind of action steps? Okay, next up is 6 months' time. So 30th of June 2025. Where does your life need to be that will show that you're on track to achieve your 12-month goal as well as your ultimate life goal? Remember, these are all stepping stones. And this is why it's important to go way forward, but then come all the way back. We're going to come all the way back 24 hours because then it makes it realistic, because it's great having goals and dreams and having this big picture of what you want your life to look like. But for most people, it's too hard to believe that it's actually possible. When the reality is it is possible. Everything's possible. You hold a pen writing your script of your life. Everything is possible. But it's hard to have that belief unless you've achieved things. So that's why you need to pull it right back. So you make it very achievable in your mind. So 6 months' time, where do you want your life to be? What kind of action steps are required to get to that point? Next step, 3 months' time. 31st of March, 2025. Where do you want your life to be in all those areas? Relationships, mind, body, health, professional life, financial freedom. Where do you want your life to be in all those areas? What kind of action steps are going to be required to get there? So we saw stepping stones. It's all targets. It's important to have all these targets because then you either have hit them or not. What you want to find as you go through the year, once you're committed and you stay consistent, in some things you'll be ahead at each of these markers or some of the markers. Some you'll be behind. Some you'll be bang on. That's why it's important to do another review, reflection, planning session on a regular basis. I recommend monthly and quarterly, and also doing a bit of a one, even 15 minutes every Sunday of the previous 7 days. The more you can do this, the more success you will have. And ultimately then the more happiness you'll have, which is the most important thing. Okay, next up, pull it back to a month, 31st of January, 2025. Where do you want your life to be? Where does it need to be? What action steps are required to get there? Keep asking yourself these questions. These are the important questions. We're at a month, 31st of January. Where are we going to? I remember all the time thinking, if I'm there by the 31st of January, then I'm on track to get my 31st of March goal, on track to get my 30th of June goal, on track to get my 31st of December goal, and ultimately on track to get my life goal. All stepping stones, like climbing stairs. You have to go step by step by step by step. Not stand at the bottom looking up going, oh, I really wish I could get up to the top of that stairs in one big jump. It's never going to happen. So don't waste your life sitting around looking for magic. It's not going to happen. Take action. Without your intentions of what you want, but take action is ultimately what it changes things for you and will change things for you. Otherwise, nothing will change. Right, I want to pull this back to a week. So in 1 week's time from whenever you're listening to this, 1 week's time, 7 days from now, where do you want your life to be? Where does it need to be? What action steps are required? We're making it very tangible because, it's only a week. What can you do in that time? How can you get to where you want to get to? Get clear on it. Really, really important. 1 week from now, 7 days. Where are you going to be? And last step, 24 hours from now. So whenever you listen to this, 24 hours from this minute, where do you want your life to be in all those areas? And what action step do you need to take? Take it like that. What action step do you need to take to make yourself get to where you need to be in 24 hours, which means that you're going to be on track to hit your 7-day goal, your month goal, your 3-month goal, your 6-month goal, your annual goal, and your life goal. All stepping stones. It's like that first step of the stairs, putting that left foot onto the stairs, that first step of the stairs. That's literally what this is. In the next 24 hours, what action step are you going to take and where are you going to be? It's about simplifying, guys. Humans love to overcomplicate things, and overcomplication is why people don't achieve anything, why people stay where they are, stay stuck, stay unfulfilled, stay unsuccessful, stay unhappy. We need to simplify things. Life can be very simple if you apply the right logic, if you apply the right strategies, and most importantly, if you're consistent in taking action. That's the most important part of all, consistent in taking action. Last bit I want you to do now is, if you look at all the 4 areas of your life, because look, we've decided on where you want to be with all of them, we've decided on action steps for them, but there's always one area that's the most important as you head into this year. There's one area you want to change the most. If you had to pick one area, relationships, mind, body, health, professional life, or financial, which of them is the one you most need and want to change in 2025? You get to the end of the year, it has had the biggest change. Which one of them needs and you want to change? Usually need is the important part. If you're in a bad situation financially, you're in a hole and it's affecting everything else in your life, finance needs to be your big one. Maybe you're happy in your job, you're happy in relationships, happy in those areas, you've got decent money in the bank, but you hate how you look, you've had a health scare, you're very out of shape. That might need to be a priority, your health. It's all down to you. What is it you want out of life? What do you want out of life? So which one is going to be a priority? Now, it doesn't mean that you don't give time to the others. You do, but one area of your life needs to get your focus, attention, and energy. And all the other areas will as well, but just to a lesser degree. That's all. And even during the year, depending on how you progress, this area may change to another area. But on top of right now, looking at things right this moment, which area needs to get the focus? And there you have it. And obviously, it's quick, and we go through it in more detail, and I probe more questions stuff. Again, this is only a bit of a podcast to help you on your way to kick off 2025 positively. I hope that has helped. I can guarantee if you follow what I've said on this short podcast and you do what I said and do those exercises, and then you be consistent in your action taking and keep reflecting, review, planning every month, every quarter, I can guarantee you 2025 is going to be an amazing year for you. It'll be one of your best years yet. It'll create momentum. It'll pattern interrupt in terms of every year you do the same thing, set the same goals, set the same dreams, set the same resolutions, and change nothing. This will change everything for you because you'll have actually taken action, but you'll have actually set a plan in place. You'll have actually pressed stop and taken the time now to go through this process. If you don't do that, you can't get where you want to get to. It's as simple as that. So I hope this has been helpful. Do let me know. Leave comments below the podcast if that's a possibility, depending on where you're listening to this or watching it. And as always, feel free to contact me in any shape or form across social media or via email or our contact page on our website. I'll be happy to help and answer your questions. And we would also love to have you on board in one of our coaching programs, whether it be our global community or on my limited spaced one-to-one coaching program, coaching and mentoring. So whatever would be of interest to you, let me know. Get in touch with us, ask questions, and let's see if it's a fit. We are passionate about what we do. We're passionate about helping you have the best year yet. So let's work together to make 2025 your best year ever. Enjoy this process. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope it has given you food for thought. I hope it's given you a bit more clarity. Make sure you re-listen, stop and start it, do the exercises, and I can guarantee you it will have a huge impact and you will have an amazing 2025.